And then next week we'll do a review, and then we'll take a test on it. Okay, so this is going to be section 5.7, arithmetic and geometric sequences. A sequence is a list of numbers that are related to each other by a rule. The terms are the numbers that form the sequence. An arithmetic sequence is a sequence in which each term after the first term differs by the preceding one by a constant, meaning you can add. And it's called the common difference, and we represent it by D, is the amount by which each pair of successive terms differs. To find the difference, simply subtract any term from the other that directly follows it. So find the common difference. All you would do is say, okay, these are going, if I just did 10 minus 3, that gives me 7. So D in this case would be 7. Everything's going up by 7. So this one, even though they're going down, you're still adding. You're adding a negative. So this one would be -2. And this would be a fraction. This is really 1/4. And this is 1/2. So you're going up by 1/4. And this would be 3/4. So this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So the common difference is 1/4. If you did 0.5 minus 0.25, you would get the 1/4. Okay, so you have to be able to, an arithmetic sequence with a negative difference. Write the first 5 terms of the arithmetic sequence where the first term is 9 and a common difference is -4. So the first term is 9, and then it goes down by 4s. So then it would be 5, 1 minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. So even though they're giving you the first one, when they ask you to list the 5, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those will be the first 5 terms of the arithmetic sequence where the first term is a 9. So this is a page out of the homework. I'm going to do some of them, and then I'll have you do some for homework. So for the first one, it says write the first 5 terms. So a sub 1, when you see that, this means it's the first term. Okay, this little number here is called a subscript, and that means where it is in the sequence. So if I wrote a sub 7, then that means that it is, I think there's an S here, subscript. That means that it's the 7th term of the sequence, okay? So it's not an exponent, it's a subscript. That means where he is in the sequence. So the sequence goes like this, if I'm going by A's, and for some reason they use A's. So the first number is A sub 1, second one's A sub 2, third one's A sub 3, A sub 4. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth. That's how the sequences always go. So this A with the little 1 after it means he's first. So if I'm doing question number 7, the first one is 7, and then D is 6, so I would add 6. I would add 6. I would add 6. I would add 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, for number 8, A sub 1 is 9. Add 7. Add 7. Add 7. Add 7. And for number 9, A sub 1 is 25. And now I'm going to add -5 or subtract 5, however you want to look at it, but I'm going down, and that would be my first 5 terms, okay? Okay, so now there's a general, or what we call nth term, and to find it, to find any term, doesn't matter what it is, for an arithmetic sequence with the first term A sub 1 and a common difference D, the general nth term can be used, you're going to use this formula, okay? So now generally when I write it, I put the D in front because we like to distribute with the D at the front, so I generally write it with the D in front, but I don't know why that's how they like to write it. Okay, so N is where the number that we want to find in the sequence. That's what this is saying. So let's look at an example. So determine the 14th term. Okay, so the 14th term would be a sub 14 of the arithmetic sequence whose first term is -3 and whose common difference is 7. So here's my formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. So they want me to find a sub 14. That's what the question is saying when it says find the 14th term. The first term they told me, it's right here, and the common difference is here. So this n is right there. So this would be 14 minus 1. So this is -3 plus 7 times 13, because it's 14 minus 1. So a sub 14 equals -3 plus 13 times 7 is 91. And then -3 plus 91 is 88. So the 14th term of that sequence is 88. Okay, so this is another page in the book. We'll do some problems from there. So this is asking me to find a sub 9. Okay, so for number 13, I'm going to find a sub 9. First term is 4 plus the common difference is d. And the formula, so let me write the formula up here. A sub 1 plus d n minus 1. This n and this, so these numbers should always be the same, these two, right? Because that's the n. So this should be a 9 minus 1. So this is 4 plus 5 times 8. So this is 4 plus 40, or 44. Okay? For number 14, they want me to find a sub 10, the 10th number in the sequence. The first one is 9. The common difference is -3. And again, whatever number's there goes in this parentheses, and we subtract 1 from it. So I got 9 plus -3 times 9. 9 plus -27. And that comes out to be -18. Okay, so now for number 15, they want me to find a sub 11. A sub 11 equals, first term is -20 plus 5 times 11 minus 1. This number goes there. -20 plus 5 times 10. -20 plus 50 is 30. That's the 11th number in that sequence. Okay, determine the expression for the nth term. Just to write a general term and not find it, but just what's a formula that we could use to find it. So again, we're going to use our formula, or I shouldn't say our formula. Well, it is. So I'm going to use this, a sub n equals a sub 1. And this is the real reason that I like to put the d in front, because now I'm not going to put a number in here. So I want to just leave this as a sub n equals, first term is right here, that's 1, plus d is, you can see they're going up by 5s, right? That's 5, 5. So this is a 5, and I've had nothing there, right? Because again, this number and that match, and since I just want to find a sub n, I don't do anything. So back here I do 1 plus, I distribute this 5, and I get 5n minus 5. And then I just do 1 minus 5, which is -4. So that's my answer. This is an n, even though it doesn't look like it. So that's my answer. And that's the real reason I like to write the d in front, because now I want to distribute. It didn't matter on the other ones because I was just multiplying. But here I like to distribute from the front, not from the back. So I like to put the d there. And then, so my answer would be a sub n equals 5n minus 4. Okay, so let's try a couple other ones. These end up being kind of easy, but just to get the idea. So here, let me write the formula up here again. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. So just a general formula for number 19, a sub n equals 1 plus d is 1, n minus 1. So when you distribute, nothing happens. So I got 1 plus n minus 1. 1 minus 1 gives me, they cancel each other out. So my answer is a sub n equals n. For number 20, a sub n equals, first number is 2, plus they're all going up by 2, so that's my d, and I keep the n minus 1 there. This time I am going to distribute. distributing the 1 didn't do anything, that's why I didn't do it, plus 2n minus 2. The plus 2 and the minus 2 cancel out again, and I end up with 2n. And then the last one, I have a sub n equals 1 plus, those are going up by 2's, and this is n minus 1, so I'm going to distribute this. 1 plus 2n minus 2. So my answer is 2n minus 1. So that's my final answer. That's the general rule. So I'm not finding an answer. I'm not finding a number. I'm just finding the expression. That's how I know to do this one. Okay, if I want to add all the terms, so when it says find the sum, that's another formula. So here's the formula. Sum of the first n terms of arithmetic sequence can be found with the following formula. So a sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the one that you're trying to find, the last term in the sequence, and you're going to add them up, multiply how many terms there are, and divide in half. Okay, so the first one says determine the sum of the first 25 even numbers. So let's find the first, let me find the 25th number. So here's the formula. Let me write the formula down for you again. So they use an S of the first 25 numbers. So this is n, a sub 1 plus a sub n divided by 2. So the first number I know that a sub 1 for even numbers is 2, but I don't know what a sub 25 is. So I'm going to find it using that formula that we did before. So a sub 25 equals a sub 1 plus d. Now, since they're even, they go by 2's, and this would be 25 minus 1. So 2 plus, distributing this, well, let's not do that. This would be 2 times 24. That's a lot easier. Got carried away with my distributing. So this would be 48. That would be 50. So the 50 is the a sub n number. Okay, so now I'm going to find the sum. Okay, so the sum formula is you're going to take n, a sub 1 plus a sub n, divide in half. So there's 25 numbers. First one was 2. We just found the nth one, or the 25th one in this case, to be 50, multiplied by 2. So this is 25 times 52. That's going to be 1,300 divided by 2, 650. Okay, most of them are not like that, where you don't have to find the number. They just tell you what it is. So these are the numbers from the book. So you can see I don't have to find the number. They're telling me what they are. I just have to be able to put in the formula. So for number 28, for example, the sum of the numbers is n is 25. The first number is 5. The last number is 101. So all I'm doing is putting it in the formula. So I got 25 times 106, divide in half, I got 1325. So for 29, the sum of the first 17 numbers, now they wanted you to find, this should have been 25. So this was 17, first number is 100, the 17th number is negative 60, all divided in half. So this is 17 times 40, divided in half, and I got 340. And finally, number 30, they wanted you to find the sum of the first 28 numbers. So this was 28. First number is negative 4. Last number was negative 193, divided in half. So that's 28 times negative 197, divided in half, and that came out to be 6. Nope. That's wrong answer. Negative 2758. There you go. I was looking at the wrong paper. I just wanted to make sure I finished this video. Otherwise, it's not going to go on YouTube. It's going to be too long. So I'm going to stop right there.